what would you do if your own brother destroyed everything you worked for just to steal the woman you loved? If he looked you in the eye and smiled while ruining your life? This is the story of Obi and Ikenna, two brothers from an ancient Igbo land. One honest, one consumed by jealousy, and between them a woman named Adanna, whose choice would set off a chain of events that would test the very foundations of truth and justice. This isn't just a love story, it's a lesson about jealousy, betrayal, and the unstoppable power of truth. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button if you love stories that combine African wisdom with timeless life lessons. Now, let me take you to the village of Umuofia. In the heart of Igbo land stood Umuofia, a village where honor meant everything and a man's reputation could be built over a lifetime or destroyed in a single afternoon. Two brothers lived there, Obi and Ikenna. Same parents, same upbringing, but completely different souls. Obi, the younger brother, was gentle and hardworking. He helped widows with their farms, shared his harvest freely, and earned the love of everyone he met. Ikenna, the older brother, was clever and ambitious. Too clever. He spent his days gambling and scheming, always looking for shortcuts to greatness. And then there was Adanna, daughter of Chief Obiora, the wealthiest man in 3 villages. Beautiful, intelligent, and strong-willed, she could have chosen any man, but she chose Obi. Every evening, Obi would find excuses to be near the stream where Adanna fetched water. One day, she finally called him out. "Obi, are you hiding behind that ukwa tree again?" Her voice carried warmth and amusement. Obi emerged, stammering. I wasn't hiding, The yams are in your compound, Obi. The stream is here, unless your yams have learned to walk." She laughed gently. Obi took a breath and decided to be honest. "I confess, Adanna, I come hoping to see you every day. I know it's foolish, a poor farmer dreaming of the chief's daughter." "Stop," Adanna stepped closer, her expression serious. "My father has 10 bands of yam, coral beads worth a fortune, and titles going back 7 generations. But when I look at you, I see something worth more than all of that." "What do you see?" Obi whispered. "I see a man who shares his harvest with widows, who speaks the truth even when lies would serve him better. I see a good man, Obi, and that is rarer than all the wealth in Igbo land." Love took root that evening by the stream, but hidden in the elephant grass nearby, someone was listening. Ikenna had followed his brother, and what he heard ignited a fire of jealousy in his heart. Why should Obi have her? What had he done to deserve such fortune? Ikenna was the older, the cleverer one, yet people loved Obi. And now the most beautiful woman in the region had chosen him. A dark plan began to form in Ikenna's mind. According to tradition, Obi had to pay bride price to marry Adanna. But Chief Obiora's bride price was extraordinary. 20 tubers of the finest yam, 10 lengths of expensive cloth, 5 cows with calves, 20 kegs of palm wine, and 100 copper manillas, the currency of their people. It was a fortune that would take years to accumulate. Under the sacred Udala tree, Obi made a promise to Adanna. "I've been saving. In 6 months, I'll have enough to approach your father with the bride price." 6 months? Obi, you can't kill yourself working for this. "I must do this properly," Obi said firmly. "I will prove that my love for you is worth more than all the wealth in Igbo land. I'll gather it with my own hands, my own honor." "Then I will wait," Adanna said, touching his face, "even if it takes 6 years." Ikenna heard everything, and his plan crystallized into something perfect and terrible. For 3 months, Obi worked like a man possessed, dawn to dusk, every single day. He farmed, hired himself out for labor, wove baskets to sell. Slowly, painfully, his bride price grew. By the 3rd month, he had accumulated half of what he needed: 50 manillas, 10 tubers of yam, 5 lengths of cloth. He was so proud that he made a fatal mistake. He told his friend Chuku about his progress. "This is wonderful, Obi, but hide such wealth carefully. There are thieves even in Umuofia." Obi said confidently, "I've buried everything beneath the sacred Iroko tree near my compound. No one would dare disturb that holy place." But someone was listening. Ikenna, as always, lurking in the shadows. That night, while Obi slept the exhausted sleep of the hardworking, Ikenna crept through the darkness like a ghost. He dug beneath the Iroko tree and stole everything, every yam, every cloth, every manila his brother had worked 3 months to earn. But Ikenna's plan was more diabolical than simple theft. He took the stolen goods and hid them in Chief Obiora's own compound in a dark corner where they would eventually be discovered. Then, 3 days before the discovery, Ikenna went to the chief with a warning. "Great chief, I know my brother loves Adanna, but it pains me to speak against my own brother. I've discovered that Obi plans to deceive you. He can't afford the bride price, so he's plotting to steal it from your bands, from the village treasury. He's desperate." Chief Obiora was skeptical, but promised to watch for evidence. When the guards found the hidden goods in the chief's compound days later, it looked exactly as Ikenna had predicted, like someone planned to steal them and present them as honestly earned bride price. The next morning, when Obi came to greet Adanna, guards seized him immediately. "What's happening? What have I done?" Obi looked around in confusion. Chief Obiora's face was stern as thunder. "You dare to ask, you who would steal to win my daughter? The evidence has been found. The bride price you claimed to be saving, hidden in my compound?" "No, I saved every manila. Someone stole my savings. Someone framed me." Adanna ran forward, desperate. "Father, there must be a mistake. Obi would never." "Enough," the chief's voice cut through her protest. Then Ikenna appeared, playing his final card with false sympathy. "Brother, why did you do this? I tried to warn you, to protect you." Obi stared at his brother, and understanding crashed over him like a wave. "You," he whispered. Ikenna said innocently, "I'm not the one with stolen goods in the chief's compound." The council of elders convened. The evidence was presented. The judgment was swift. Obi was banished from Umuofia, 7 years of exile. As guards escorted him, he caught one last glimpse of Adanna crying, reaching for him. She believed him, but belief couldn't change the evidence. If you're feeling the injustice of this moment, if you're invested in seeing whether truth will win, hit that subscribe button now. I share stories like this every week. African folk tales packed with wisdom about human nature, justice, and redemption. And drop a comment. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted? Let's talk about it. Now, let's see what happens when an innocent man loses everything. For 7 days, Obi wandered in the forest bordering Umuofia. He survived on berries and stream water, sleeping in the crooks of trees, haunted by his brother's betrayal and Adanna's tears. On the 7th day, broken and weeping beneath a massive Iroko tree, something impossible happened. "Obi, son of Okafo, why do you weep?" The voice came from everywhere and nowhere. From behind the tree emerged a figure wrapped in glowing white cloth, ancient, ageless, powerful, a forest spirit. Obi fell to his knees. "You know I'm destroyed. My brother betrayed me, and I have no way to prove my innocence." "Truth does not need proof," the spirit said calmly. "Truth only needs time. Return to your village in 7 more days. Watch, listen, trust that evil cannot hide forever in the light. The trap your brother set will become the trap that catches him." The spirit touched Obi's forehead, and warmth flooded through him. Clarity, strength, hope. "You will know what to do when the time comes. Trust the truth." The spirit vanished like morning mist. Meanwhile, in Umuofia, Ikenna wasted no time. 3 days after Obi's banishment, he approached Chief Obiora with the stolen bride price, presenting it as his own. I have worked hard to gather this for Adanna, Ikenna said confidently. Chief Obiora looked weary. You've clearly worked hard, Ikenna. Your brother's shame isn't your burden, but this decision belongs to Adanna. Everyone turned to Adanna. She stepped forward, her voice ice cold. I will never marry you, Ikenna. What? Why? Look at what I've brought. 2 reasons, Adanna said calmly. First, I don't love you. Second, I don't trust you. My heart tells me Obi is innocent, and my mind tells me you gathered this wealth far too quickly for it to be honestly earned. Ikenna's mask cracked, revealing rage. Your heart is as foolish as my brother's. He's gone. You'll never see him again. Then I'll never marry. I'll wait for truth to reveal itself, because it always does. On the 14th day, Obi walked back into Mafia, head high, unafraid. He's returned, people gasped. God, seize him, Ikenna shouted. I was banished on lies. I returned with truth. I ask only for my right to speak before the Council of Elders. The chief couldn't deny this ancient right. Within an hour, the 7 elders assembled, including Mama Nelma, the wise 87-year-old matriarch. Speak, Obi, she commanded. Honorable elders, I'm innocent. Someone stole what I'd saved and planted it to destroy me. I have no proof, but I have questions. Obi turned to Ikenna. Brother, how did you gather a complete bride price in 7 days when it took me 3 months to save half? You spent your time gambling and drinking. Where did this sudden wealth come from? Murmurs rippled through the crowd. I'd been saving for years, Ikenna fumbled. Then why never mention it? Why not court Adanna yourself until the exact moment I was disgraced? Obi pulled out a single manila from his wrapper. When I started saving, I was so proud that I marked each one with a tiny notch. Every one represented honest work. He held it up for all to see. If the manilas found in the chief's compound bear my mark, and the ones Ikenna presented also bear my mark, there's only one explanation. Mama Neoma stood. Bring both sets of manilas now. They were brought and examined under the sun. Every single one bore Obi's distinctive mark. The crowd gasped. The evidence was undeniable. This proves nothing, Ikenna's voice cracked. Perhaps we bought from the same trader. Enough, Mama Neoma thundered. I've lived 87 years and I know a liar when I see one. You are so clever, Ikenna, but you forgot the spider who weaves too many webs eventually tangles himself. Ikenna broke. He fell to his knees, sobbing. I only wanted, he had everything. People loved him. Adanna chose him. Why should he have it all when I have nothing? You had something, Chief Obiora said quietly. You had a brother. You had his trust. You had your honor. You threw it all away for jealousy. The council's judgment was swift. Ikenna was banished for 7 years, and Obi, his honor was restored. Chief Obiora made an unprecedented decision. Obi has already paid a bride price greater than any I could ask. He paid with his integrity. The bride price is waived. If Adanna still wishes it, they may marry. 1 month later, under the same tree where truth had prevailed, Obi and Adanna were married. The whole village celebrated for 7 days. During the celebration, Adanna asked Obi, "Why did you come back? You could have started over somewhere else." Obi smiled, because truth is like a seed. You can bury it deep, cover it with lies, stamp down the earth and pretend it never existed, but eventually it will push through the soil and reach for the sun. I simply had to trust that and wait. And so the story ends, but the lessons live forever. What did we learn? Jealousy is a poison that destroys the one who drinks it most. It cannot hurt himself more than anyone else. Truth may be buried, but it has its own power. It will always rise. Be patient. Real love is built on character, not wealth. Adanna chose integrity over comfort. Your integrity is yours alone. Others can attack it, but only you can give it away. As for Ikenna, Some say he returned after 7 years a changed man and Obi forgave him. Others say he disappeared forever, consumed by shame. Which version is true? Perhaps both hold wisdom. Thank you for listening. If this story moved you, do 3 things. Subscribe for more wisdom-packed folk tales every week. Comment with the lesson that resonated most with you. And share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, may truth guide your path and jealousy find no home in your heart. Dalu, Unwemela, thank you for listening.